Hello guys, I hope you're all well. I have not done a sit down chatty vlog in ages it seems. I've done kind of like my cleaning ones and weekend vlogs and stuff like that, but actually doing a sit down video feels a bit weird. So I thought that I would share some tips that I have been implementing into my life to help with my anxiety. So they're not things that I do immediately when I'm feeling anxious, although to be honest I think all of them would help immediately, but they're things that I've been implementing into my life for the last few weeks, months, and over the long term. I really think they've been helping because I've not been feeling anxious half as much. I've not been worrying about the future or reliving things from the past. I just feel like I've been very present. We have bad days and good days and all of that, but they're all just waves that you ride. Good times don't last, bad times don't last, so you've just got to ride it all. But yeah, I kind of feel like at the moment I'm just riding quite a peaceful and calm wave. Okay, so number one, very, very obvious one, but one that I honestly think people forget to do all the time, and that is to breathe. I was either in a constant state of holding my breath, like I would be driving, my mind would be racing, going like a million miles per hour, and I'd suddenly just go, because my shoulders would be up here, my jaw would be really tense, and I'd be like gritting my teeth and not breathing because I would just be so focused on worrying about the future and reliving the past and just focusing on negative things that I wasn't breathing. I wasn't giving my body like the basic human function ability to breathe. So I'd either be living in that kind of state, or I'd be like constantly like really, really quick breaths and kind of talking like I am now actually. Just really lots and lots of breaths and not just allowing my body to just flow. And I actually shared a post the other day on Instagram, and it said that our body's optimum state is to have 4 to 5 breaths per minute. And straight away I shared it with a little caption saying like, would anyone else pass out if they tried to do this? Because breathing in and out like 5 times in a minute just instantly seemed like an impossible thing to do. But actually what I tend to do a lot is 8 seconds of breathing in and 8 seconds of breathing out. You do that 4 times, that's your minute anyway, and it's actually a lot easier than you'd think. It does take practice. I can guarantee like any time that I just sit there and I focus on deep breathing, I instantly feel calmer. Like my shoulders drop. Even now I feel like I'm talking more like, I feel like I'm like high on air. And I try and do it when I'm getting ready, doing my makeup, doing my hair, when I'm in the shower, the bath. I try and not just do it when I'm feeling anxious. I didn't think I was recording then. But I try and implement it as much as I can into my day. And I think overall, I just feel so much calmer. I think when I am breathing, I'm focusing on now, what my body is doing. So I'm not focusing on the future, and I'm not focusing on the past, I'm just focusing on now. And the more that I do it, I feel like I'm living in the present. Number 2 is meditating. Now this is something that I've been doing on and off for, I'd say a year really. I started off with the Calm app, and I would listen to kind of 5, 10, sometimes 15-minute meditations on there. And I would start thinking about other things. I would check my phone quickly. If a message popped up, I would look at that. I'd find myself my mind would completely drift. But now that I've been doing it for so long, I can do a good 45-minute meditation. My mind might drift slightly at the beginning, but I trained it so well to get back and to focus. And I'm at a point now where I visualise things, I've had out-of-body experiences, I see colours, I've visualised my spirit animal, my higher self. I've done cutting the ties ones where I cut energetic cords with toxic situations and people, and I felt like I'm floating before. It's crazy, the intensity of it and how, I guess intense is the word, that my meditations have become. All in all, the more that I've been practicing, the more I'm benefiting. Obviously the benefits of the meditations I'm doing, they might be inner child work, like I said, cutting cords, visualizing my future self. So they help me to not worry and to not think about the past because I'm healing. But one thing that I have really noticed is that I need to do it consistently, because I would go through phases when I'm having a really anxious time, or I would meditate loads. And then as soon as I have a good day, I think, oh, I can't be bothered to meditate tonight. And then that's when I find the anxiety starts to creep back in. Because it's just like going to the gym. You wouldn't go to the gym for a few months, start feeling amazing, and then think, I'll stop now, because it'll just go. It is a thing that you need to maintain, and I really think that's the same with meditating, because I would then start to feel anxious again, and then when I would go to meditate again, it takes me quite a bit of time to get back into it. So yeah, meditating for me has just been amazing. I haven't been using the Calm app as much because I kind of feel like I've taken it up a level to more like I meditate with a purpose now. So the majority of the ones that I do on YouTube, I will just Google cutting the cords meditation or self-worth meditations, child meditations, healing from trauma, whatever the kind of thing that I'm trying to work on at that time, I'll search for that. Number 3 is to heal. A big part of my anxiety personally, and as a reminder, obviously you guys know, I'm not a professional in any way. Whenever I speak about things like this, I'm basing them on my experiences. But from my experiences and from the majority of the people that I speak to, their anxiety is caused by something. It might not be like a really obvious thing, but there is something going on, whether it be their love life, their finances, their family, current trauma, worries about the future, past trauma. It might even be something so insignificant to their consciousness that they don't even think that they need to heal. It could have been a situation that happened when they were 4 or 5 years old at school. It's things like that sometimes you don't even realise that you need to heal. And I just think that's so powerful when you can look inwards and realise that there are things that need to heal. And when you look at anxiety, look at what your triggers are. Is it when you get in the car? Is it when you go to the school run? Is it when you're talking about relationships? Is it around food? Whatever it is, try and really go deep into that situation. Okay, why is that making me feel anxious? What am I actually feeling? So for example, for me, my anxieties have been really centered around my divorce. Quite a lot of it is to do with communication. Sometimes I have to step back and think, okay, why is this particular piece of communication triggering me? Why am I feeling anxious? And then I step back and think, okay, because maybe I feel like I'm not being listened to, or that it makes me feel not worthy. And then I look at, well, when was the last time I felt like that? And is that a consistent thing? Are those my triggers? Is it always when this kind of thing happens? And rather than just thinking, I have anxiety, I just need to look at the immediate things to stop it, maybe try and go a little bit deeper and just see what might be the root cause of it. Because if you can heal from within, then you're healing from your subconscious. So it's going to then come out to the conscious, and it might be a bit painful to do, and it might be quite upsetting. But once you come out the other side of it, it's just amazing, because then for me personally, that anxiety has really, really subsided, and a lot of things that would trigger me before don't now. I can just respond to them rather than instantly react with that fight or flight mode. And it might just mean that you need to put a few boundaries in place. If there are certain situations that make you feel anxious, sometimes you need to just put those boundaries in place while you heal, and then you can slowly start putting them down and facing some of those triggers, and hopefully the anxiety will be less and less. Okay, number 4 is to visualize. Now, you can do this in so many different ways. You can do it by meditating. I personally have made a vision board, and this is what my lovely friend Lucy told me to do. It helps so much. I looked at what my anxieties were centered around, and a lot of them are centered around worries about the future. So I really focus on visualizing the future that I want, my future self, which is firstly anxiety-free. I worry that I'm financially not going to be able to give the boys the life that we would have had if I was still with my ex. So I've got on my vision board, you know, a car and a nice house. And then I've also got, actually I'm looking at it right now, I've got some text that says breathe. And then I've got a thing that says escape the doom loop, and it's a lady going over some steps. There's a rainbow to cross over with a dark cloud underneath. So that's me getting past my anxiety and low mood. And I've got on there found her voice, because for me, I feel like through things in the past, I don't say what's on my mind, or I just, you know, if I'm called a name or if something's done to me, I've just kind of gone, oh, it's not worth arguing back. And I feel like I lost myself a little bit. So that's a big thing that's on there. I've also got become the bad bitch, because I get worries that I'm not good enough and that I'm not deserving and I'm not worthy and I'm not going to have the life that I want. So yeah, I look at that every morning, every night, throughout the day. When I'm doing my makeup, it's there. I look at the pictures and I talk to myself like, oh, you know, how those things are going to happen, how they're going to manifest. So, you know, I'm going on holiday next week. That's one thing that's manifesting. I'm breathing, I'm doing all this meditation and mindfulness, and I am escaping the doom loop. And I just really look at them and I feel the excitement of how I would feel if they were to happen. Yeah, however you do it, whether you're visualizing on a vision board, whether you're writing down, I'm anxiety free, I'm going to find love, I'm going to manifest abundance, whatever it is that you're worrying about, really put, you know, pen to paper and spoken word, the future self that you are visualizing, and, you know, without anxiety, without low mood, letting go of the past. You know, I am healing, I am letting go. Repeat that mantra to yourself while you're in the shower, while you're driving, when you're in bed. Write it down, draw pictures, tell people about it, and just really, you know, visualize yourself cutting those cords. And you can do loads of meditations on this kind of stuff as well, but I think that's a really, really powerful one for helping you relieve your anxiety, because you are going to start living. It's hard because it's like I'm telling you to live in the future, even though with anxiety you want to be living in the present, but you're visualizing how amazing your future is going to be, so that you won't be worrying about the negatives of the future. Okay, the last one, number 5, is time blocking. Something for me that causes a lot of anxiety, or brings on a lot of anxiety, is not having enough time and stressing and panicking that I'm not going to do everything. So I try to really delegate my time. And one way that I've done this is by drawing a wheel of power. And I've seen this, a few kind of positive motivational speakers have spoken about this. But basically it's a wheel, it looks like a cheese wheel with 8 sections, and they are the areas of your life. So there's culture and tribe, current business, contribution, personal spiritual development, physical challenges, friends, family and relationships, fun and adventure, health and nutrition. And for each of those you give them a score in your life, and the aim is that it should all be equal. But for me, for example, contribution, so things like giving to charity and helping others, I've scored myself quite low because I donate to charity, I do the odd thing, but it's not a big part of my life. Health and nutrition is a big part. I've scored that highly because I go to the gym, I eat healthily, I sleep, I meditate. Well, that's personal spiritual development, which again is quite high because, like I said, I meditate and I, you know, do a lot of visualization and things like that. So doing that helps you see the areas of your life that you need to work on more. That for me is a way of gaining control of my life. And then doing things like time blocking, so each day writing down literally 8:30 till 9, school run, 9 till 10, gym, 10 till 10:30, run some errands, 10:30 till 11:30, clean the house. Like, you could really, really time block it like that, or simply just having a to-do list that you can tick off. Susie Ma, who's the founder of Tropic Skincare, she told us about, it's the lady that founded Spanx. She basically has a day for each area of her life. So Monday is her husband day. If her husband wants to talk about bills or go on a date night or anything like that, Monday is for him. She will not let him down on a Monday. Tuesday might be her day for her kids. So that's when she'll take them to the park, play dates, things like that. Wednesday might be her, I don't know, research and development team can have all their meetings on that day. That kind of thing. It's like a loose example, but that's something that I'm trying to do now. So Monday is my day that I dedicate to the ladies in my Tropic team, so helping them. Tuesday is my day that I work on my own stuff, so my own personal sales. Wednesday might be my channel mum day, like filming videos and stuff. And things like that just help you to feel a little bit more like you're kind of winning at everything, because I think sometimes we can feel like we're bobbing our heads on the surface like a duck and our feet are going crazy underneath, and you know, I'm seeing my friends a lot but my family are being neglected, or my house is nice and tidy but my work's being neglected, and it's just a nice way of being in control. Well, that's it. Those are the 5 things that I have been implementing into my life over time, and I really think they're helping with my anxiety. They're helping me to worry less about the future because I'm excited for the future. They're helping me to let go of my past. I'm feeling a lot calmer. I'm not as snappy with the kids. I'm loving myself a lot more. You know, I'm letting go of those self-limiting beliefs, and I really am believing that I am good enough and I'm worthy. I feel like I'm gonna have to do another video actually, because I can think of like lots of other things, but I need to go and do the school run. Yes, I hope that helps. If it does, like I said, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Send me a message on Instagram and let me know, because I love when I get messages from you guys to say that you've watched my videos and that they've helped. That just means so much to me, and that's real motivation for me to keep making these kind of videos. So yes, please do let me know, and let me know if there's any other kind of videos that you would like to see, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!